So today I'm going to teach you beginners photography, the use of Photoshop to edit your work and bring out the professionalism in it. After shooting, next is to edit and then make it more professional so that it will look appealing to the client that you're presenting it to. So without further ado, let's just dive in. I'm going to open Photoshop by clicking the Photoshop icon here. And as soon as the Photoshop window opens, this is what you're going to see. So I'm going to go ahead and explain what you see on your windows. Okay, so these are the recent documents I've worked with. So that's why it popped up like this. So you can click on any of them if you want to make reference to it, or you can just go to this tab and create a new document, or you can just open an existing one. So if you click on this open, it will open up a dialog box for you where you can go ahead and browse for the image you want to edit. So wherever it is on your system, you already know. So that is how to import pictures on Photoshop. There's another way you can do that. Okay, let's just first go ahead and create a new document. First create a new document by hitting the create button, and then this interface pops up where you fill in some details, like this is where you type the name of the project. I'm going to say edit model, for example. So we're going to input the dimension. I'm going to maybe go for inches, and let's go for 5 by 7, and just 5. Oh, sorry about that, my system is not actually plugged. So I'm going to type in 7 here. So the resolution is 300 pixel, then RGB, so 8 bit by default, and background content is white. You can change this to any color you want. So I'm just going to leave it at white where it is. So when you have finished, inputting the values that you want, you can just go ahead and create. So now we have created a new document. So the next thing we're going to do is to import the image that we want to edit. So we can do it by going to File and using this import command to do that import, or we can go ahead and drag in the picture from the existing folder. We just look up the folder. Select my picture. Okay. So I'm going to find one real quickly. So I'm going to drag it in and done. So it fits the dimension because this is already a 5 by 7 document, so it just fits in. So I'm going to go ahead and now show you this window interface, and what it's all about. Now you can see in this department we have the adjustment layer right here. So this enables you to make adjustments to the pictures, to the image. You can create curves. You can add a new exposure, and yeah, vibrance, hue and saturation. All this helps you to adjust the look of the image add brightness, or reduce brightness, and so on and so forth. And these are the color presets. So you can choose the colors that you want to use, and then swatches. These are colors. And under here we have this layer department where you create layers, because here in Photoshop you work with layers. So you create layers, like you see these pictures that we have imported, just created a new layer. And under here, there are buttons under here, quick buttons you can use this to create a new layer. If I click on it, it creates a new layer. And then this creates a new group. You can just uh, merge everything into a group so that it can be easy for you to manipulate. And this is adjustment layer. You can just toggle this adjustment layer to get you to all these properties that you see here by just clicking one curves. It creates a new curves for you, and then you can work on it. You see that? So you can use it to add brightness, add contrast, reduce brightness, highlight, lightness, and all that. Let's go ahead and close it. That's curves. So Ctrl Z on your keyboard will undo anything that you have done. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you what these tools are used for. On the left side of the windows, you're going to see the tools that you can use to actually edit these pictures and make it come out looking professional like you want. So right here is the menu tab. You can see all the menus that you have. So whatever you're looking for that you cannot see, you can easily go to Windows and find it, and then bring it on to the Photoshop. Like history, you can use history to undo and redo whatever mistake that you made on Photoshop while you're editing. So we'll go ahead with the first tool, the selection tool, the move tool. You can use this tool to move your image around. So make sure you select auto, select, and then show transform controls to enable you to select automatically when you have multiple images in the document. Like I can do Ctrl J on the keyboard to duplicate this image. Now you see that there are two of them right here. I've just created two layers of the same image. Now I can just move them around and just by just clicking them, any of them, and then moving it around. So if I didn't check this auto select, I'll have to select the layer before I can move any of these layers around. So that's why you need to check it to hasten your work. Now that's the move tool. You can use it and move things around. Okay, so let me just delete one. And now we use your marking tool. You have different marking tool here. We have the rectangular marking tool, the elliptical, the single row marking, and this. So these marking tools can be used to select your image, or to subject to select a particular part of your subject, or whatever that is in your document. You can just make a rectangular marquee selection, just like I've done here. Now I'll just select the layer that I'm working on. Ctrl C on the keyboard is you copy it, Ctrl V, you paste it. Now I've just made the copy and paste of this image. Now you can see I can drag it around. Okay, so I can now effect changes on this new layer that I just created, depending on what I want to do to it. So I can just delete it. Now, this is your selection tool, another selection tool. You have your lasso tool, your polygonal tool, and magnetic tool. All of them work together to do selections properly for you. So if you want to do a detailed selection, you can use your polygonal tool to actually go deep and make your selections. So, select things properly. So there are other selection tools you can use to work faster. So this one slows your time, but it's very accurate. It's more accurate than the rest. So you just keep doing that till you select all the images. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you the quicker one. This is the quick selection tool. And then whenever you make a selection, there, on this menu tab you have the properties of the selections that you're using. So you have the add, the subtract. This is the add to selection and subtract from selection. So if you're adding to the selection, I'll just zoom out by just adding to the selection. It just adds to the selection, just like now it's adding. If I want to subtract from the selection, I will click the subtract selection and then I will now subtract from what I have added. So you can see that. So I will just undo that and continue with the add selection, and I will go ahead and select this image. So by hitting the open bracket, I'm just reducing the size of the selection tool. I just select it to make sure that I select everything. So now, if you look at this image, I've just selected the background and not the model itself. So I can just invert the selection to select the model. So when I do the invert selection, and then I will now go ahead and feather it. I use 2 pixels by default. So I'll just say hit OK. Now, I can just right click and rasterize this image to make it easier for me to use. So I'll just copy and paste. Now I've just selected this model out and copied it out. Now you can see I've two. I've just removed this from the background, so I can either fill another background on top of the original layer by going to edit fill, choose the color I want, and fill it. I'll just undo that. So let me just hide it. So now you see I only have the selected image and then the background that is white, because this I've just toggled the eye of this thing to off. So I can only use the background, and then this is the top of the background. So I can fill on this background layer. So with the color selected, I can just say okay. Now I've filled the color. So another tool that is the crop tool. So you're familiar with the crop tool. You can just use the crop tool to crop your picture, to remove some unwanted areas, some parts, just to crop it. You can just crop it like this, and remove the downside of the picture, and then edit, enter on your keyboard, and then it's cut. So you cannot undo that and continue working. So you now understand what the crop tool is used for. So now we go to the healing tool, and this healing tool we have spot healing, patch tool, content aware, red eye tool. So all these things work together to help you to heal blemishes on the pictures. So if you zoom on these pictures, you begin to see there are some blemishes on the picture. So like all these pimples that you see here. So by selecting the image, always have to select the layer that you want to work on, and then if I select the healing spot healing tool, you just and then with the properties, I can increase the size, and then and close it, or I can just use the open and close bracket to do that. So having selected that, I can now go ahead and let me reduce it in order to cover less area of the image. So I can just click on it, it disappears. Click on it, it disappears. Click on it, it disappears. So that's what the spotting tool does. So I can just undo it so I can show you the patch tool. The patch tool, when selected, it looks like this, and then if you click on the activate the caps lock, it changes the cursor. If you deactivate it, it changes it and brings it back to this. Then you can just create a circle around it and then patch it with the area that is good. Patch it with the area that is better. Okay, that's the patch tool. The content aware tool. So when you're using the content aware tool, you just make a selection. You listen to something like this, and then you use your fill. Go to content, select content aware. Okay, and then it disappears. So the next we're going to look at is the brush tool. So this brush tool is a great tool in Photoshop. Let me just zoom out. You can use it to do so many things. So if I select the background, I can just if I haven't selected my brush tool, and then I will check the foreground and the background right here. The foreground is red. Let me switch it to white. Now it's white. By default, it's black and white. So if I click on it, it changes it to black. So with black selected, if I paint, you begin to see that I'm painting with black. So whichever color that I'm using on the foreground is what I'm painting with. I'm just painting this. I've just painted the background with black. So that's your painting. If I change it to white, by navigating to white, I will just paint it back to white. So that's the magic of painting, just like you basically painting, just the same way you paint your house or whatever. So I've just painted. I can also paint the image by selecting the layer of the image and paint and all that. So I'll just go ahead and do that. So the mixer brush is can be used to, when you're doing frequency separation, it can be used to mix colors together, different colors. When you look at the image, you begin to see the highlights, the midtone, mm, so and the shadows. So use this mixer brush to paint all these areas individually in order not to mix up things, in order not to show colors, superimpose colors on another color. So you know what I mean. Now, these that's Mixer Brush tool. We're going to cover a tutorial on Mixer Brush tool so that you will begin to understand how it's done. So this is a clone stamp tool. The clone stamp tool is very useful as well in the Photoshop. It can also be used to heal blemishes on the image. Like, let's for instance look at find something to heal. Let me go ahead and close this selection and open up the original image. Now, if I zoom to the hair, this one is already matched with the background. I will just select it. If you begin to see the strands of happening, so I can just hit S on the keyboard. It takes me to the clone stamp tool. I just go ahead and select it. So having selected it, I will stamp um, an area that I want to clone with. So by hitting Alt on the keyboard, holding Alt on the keyboard, and then pressing. So now having stamped some sample area, I'll just drag it to clean the place. So now you can see the cleaning is working. So I'll just do it carefully in order not to mess up things. So I will use my clone stamp brush. I'll go ahead and do. I can I can also mask the image and then stamp it. I can just select the one to the quick selection tool. I can use the quick selection tool as well to mask around so that to create a proper stamping so that I do not tamper with places I don't want to tamper with. So I can now stamp here and go ahead and do that. So but before you do that, I have to feather it. Like I have to feather it as well. Let me just give it to create a smoother edge. Alright, I'll zoom out. So another tool I want us to look at here is the grading tool. So this grading tool is it's used to create gradients. So if you click on it, you begin to see different gradients. So I'll just select anyone and then you can use this buttons right here to change the colors, different colors you want to change to. Okay, when you are done doing that, you can use this slider to smooth things up. Alright, you say okay. When you know that, you just let me undo that. So let me activate this and close this one so that I can do that on the background. I'll just select the background and I'll draw this a line on the background and then it maps it. So it's just using the gradient and then we have other properties that you can use the radial gradient. Click it, it creates a radial gradient for you. And this is the angle gradient. So different gradients you can use to create an awesome background. Also, you can as well use it as a blending mode. I can just double click and I can hit Ctrl J on my keyboard to create a new layer of this gradient, and then I'll bring the other, bring it in front here. I can change the blending mode of this. You can see the wonders this can do. So by using blending mode, you can achieve different other concepts on your image. You see, so you try it out and see what works for you. Okay, so that's the gradient. So we're going to go to the text tool. And now the text tool is simply used to write text on your image. So you just click select the text tool or you hit T on your keyboard and then start typing. Let me say fashion. Let me calculate that fashion model. So I can select it by all the text by hitting Control A, and then I can make changes to the changing the font. I can change the font. I can also change the size, This is where I can align the picture, change the alignment. I can change the color, to any color that I like. And then I guess it's okay and present it up. I can use the slash, the move to move this text around. I can create duplicate the text by hitting Ctrl J on the keyboard or just going to the text and right clicking on the text. I'm looking for duplicate layer. Say okay. Now I have three layers of the text. Okay, I can just undo it to keep one layer. I can tilt the text. I can rotate it, undo. Okay, I'll just bring it back. I can scale it up and scale it down to change the sizes of the text. Okay. So the next is the shape layer, the shape tool. So selecting the shape tool, holding the selecting the text tool. Now you can see there are different text tool. There are different shape tools around here. You can select the rectangular tool, the rounded rectangular tool, the ellipse tool, the polygon tool, the line tool, and then the custom tool. So let's select the rectangular tool. Come here and draw rectangle. So now it makes a rectangle shape for us with white color filled in it. So we can change the fill to any color that we want. Okay. So we can just use this tool for any purpose, anything that we want to use. We can just use it to create different concepts on the image. We can as well change blending modes for it. You can duplicate it by holding Alt and dragging it out, or just go to the layer, right click and duplicate the layer. So okay, so we now have two of these. So do it. So we also have the custom shape where you can customize your own shape. There are also options here you can choose. Some of those custom shapes that you like are here. Like this is a bulb. You can make a bulb. You can also import other shapes and append it. Okay. So now we go to the hand tool. So this hand tool is used to move the documents around. Like when you zoom the image, you can use this to move it around to take you to a particular area that you want to go in the document. And your zoom tool is used to zoom in on the image. You can use your plus to zoom in and the minus to zoom out. You can also use the fit screen to bring it back to the screen. Okay. So you can also use your image on the menu. You can go to your image and then there are some options there for you to use to adjust the image. You select the image, go to image, adjustments. These are some adjustment options that you we need to learn and work with. Okay, so for now, this is the beginners. We're not going to go into details about all this. So we're going to make another video whereby we start explaining all these tools and the usage in details. So keep going to the channel and check back for more videos. Hit the comment sections and let's talk about what you have learned, and then tell me what you want me to do. Maybe the next video you want me to treat. Just tell me. And then don't forget to like this video, share this video so that YouTube will also move this video for a greater audience. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that anytime I put a video out, you will be alerted. Thanks for watching. Till we meet on the next video. Bye.